Sheikh Jassim action speaks volumes after new Sir Jim Ratcliffe twist. Sir Jim Ratcliffe currently seems to be the frontrunner in the battle to buy Manchester United at the present moment in time. However, news of Sheikh Jassim having a senior management team in place speaks volumes about the Qatari billionaire. He apparently still harbors hope of buying the club, with the Glazers yet to indicate a preferred bidder as the saga continues to rumble on. ESPN reported on Monday morning that Sheikh Jassim and Ratcliffe both have management teams in place as they look to acquire the club. While that's to be expected with Ratcliffe given he's the frontrunner to seal a takeover, it's intriguing his rival has done the same. Sheikh Jassim won't want to miss out on buying United, having long insisted he's fan of the club. And news of the Qatari billionaire putting a team together behind the scenes suggests he's still got every chance of succeeding. Sheikh Jassim has made 4 bids for the club so far, with his latest coming nearly 3 weeks ago. The Glazers are yet to respond, with relations with the Rain Group becoming increasingly tense as the saga continues to play out. Sheikh Jassim only wants 100% control of United, whereas Ratcliffe is willing to settle for the controlling shares. That has given the Ineos chief an edge, with members of the Glazers still reluctant to sell despite the huge opposition to their rule. Sheikh Jassim has kept a low profile throughout the process, which explains the lack of pictures of the mysterious figure online. But there's a sense he'll need to play a trump card sooner or later to swing the takeover pendulum his way. Finnish billionaire Thomas Siliakis announced earlier in the year that he, too, was interested in securing power at United. Yet while he's dropped out of the race, Sheikh Jassim is still huffing and puffing as he looks to get a deal done. Should his bid be successful, then he'll invest in United, Old Trafford, and the local community of Manchester as well. And he'll also give Erik ten Hag huge funds to use in the summer transfer window as well, with the 53-year-old eager to add to his squad. The Dutchman wants a goalkeeper to provide competition for David De Gea, with the futures of Dean Henderson and Tom Heaton uncertain. A new right-back is being targeted despite the improvement of Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Diogo Dalot this season. Jeremy Frimpong and Denzel Dumfries of Bayer Leverkusen and Inter Milan respectively have emerged as potential targets. United are keen to bolster their midfield, with Mason Mount expected to sign on the dotted line from Chelsea, and the club are pursuing a new forward. Harry Kane, Rasmus Højlund, and Victor Osimhen are all players under consideration. Meanwhile, though Ratcliffe is the frontrunner to buy United, football finance expert Kieran Maguire recently raised a concern with the 70-year-old. He expressed a belief that how the Ineos chief stores his wealth could be a potential stumbling block. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's wealth has never been a distractor as far as his ability to fund a takeover is concerned, he told Football Insider. How his wealth is stored is a much more challenging issue. He's unlikely to have £6 billion of cash in a bank account given present rates of interest. Liquidizing his assets will be much more tricky for him should he choose to go down that particular road. If the acquisition is going to be done through Ineos, then I suspect that they will use a combination of existing cash resources while also going to the market to fund the purchase price. In other news, Man United divided on signing behind the scenes as Erik ten Hag targets reinforcements. Manchester United are currently unlikely to pursue a deal for West Ham star Declan Rice, reports say. The England international is one player being linked with a move to Old Trafford as Erik ten Hag looks to improve his squad following Saturday's FA Cup final defeat to Manchester City at Wembley. However, with staff previously divided over a deal for the Hammers star, the Red Devils look set to chase other targets instead. Manchester United want a new midfielder this summer, with the club unwilling to sign Marcel Sabitzer from Bayern Munich on a permanent basis. And the Athletic say that while Rice has been long-tracked by the club, recruitment staff have failed to come to a consensus about a move in previous transfer windows. As a result, United are merely keeping abreast of the England international's situation. A move isn't entirely out of the question, but with West Ham demanding over £100 million to let their captain go, he appears to be beyond the Red Devils' reach. Instead, Harry Kane and Mason Mount seem to be the club's priority targets at the current moment in time. Kane was a shining light for Tottenham once again in North London last season, scoring 32 goals across all competitions despite a turbulent campaign. Spurs don't want to lose him to a direct rival, however, and could choose to offload their talisman to Real Madrid instead. The La Liga giants have made Kane a target themselves, particularly after it emerged Karim Benzema would be leaving after 14 years at the Bernabeu, and with Tottenham previously selling Gareth Bale and Luka Modric to Real instead of United. That works in Carlo Ancelotti's favor. Mount is another player on United's radar, with the Chelsea star poised to leave Stamford Bridge. New Blues boss Mauricio Pochettino would, in an ideal world, keep the 24-year-old in West London as he looks to make an instant impression. But Mount has been reluctant to sign a new contract, with his current deal due to expire next summer. That means Chelsea face selling the England international now, instead of running the risk of losing their No-19 for nothing in 12 months' time. United have a positive relationship with their rivals, having signed the likes of Juan Mata and Nemanja Matic over the past decade, and it seems only a matter of time before Mount crosses the divide and rocks up at Old Trafford. Ten Hag is also willing to be ruthless this summer, with the Dutchman ready to jettison existing members of his squad in order to raise funds. Harry Maguire is star-facing an exit, with the United captain falling behind the likes of Lisandro Martinez, Rafael Varane and Victor Lindelof in the club's pecking order this season. Much maligned duo Fred and Scott McTominay are also likely to leave, and Eric Bailly, Alex Telles, Anthony Elanga, Anthony Marshall and Dean Henderson have all potentially played their last games for the club. Regarding Rice, meanwhile, former West Ham star David James has called on the midfielder to stay at the London Stadium and be a one-club legend. You look at Mark Noble and everything he achieved at West Ham, there would have been plenty of teams who wanted him at his peak, but he stayed there to the end and secured legendary status, he said. Declan Rice has the rare chance to do that, same as Harry Kane at Tottenham. Rice is a top target for Arsenal, but whether the Gunners are able to afford the player remains to be seen, despite securing a return to the Champions League. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.